There's a button. Just press this button, and negative emotions like sadness, depression, and anger vanish instantly, letting you live with only happy feelings forever. Would you press this magic button? Not just those suffering from depression, but many people live with various negative emotions. Most people who felt negative emotions would likely say yes. But before pressing the button, please pay attention for a moment. There's a way to find happiness without pressing the button. Pressing the button can come later, right? We don't see the world as it is. We assume others will think like us, reaching the same conclusions through the same process when seeing the same things. This is called naive realism. This happens because our brain reinterprets the world through its own simulation. When people feel emotions like anger, they think the world made them feel it, believing they have valid reasons and logic. But think about it, the world around us just exists. It's an objective world with no inherent meaning. What changes is only our interpretation or thoughts. No matter what interpretation emotions come from, they feel 100% true to us. But we've now learned a crucial fact. Emotions come from thoughts, and emotions are always 100% true. But thoughts aren't always 100% true. People with depression lack the will to escape their situation. This is due to cognitive distortions like prophetic thinking. Despite past moments of small joys, negative emotions bury all experiences, leading to assumptions that life won't improve and happiness is impossible. Since emotions feel like truth, these distorted thoughts feel true, making depressed people resist change. Negative emotions also have positive attributes, another reason for resisting change. How can emotions that drag us into despair and sap our strength have anything positive? Someone stressed from job loss, with a family to support, feels anxiety, depression, and guilt over financial struggles. If we use a magic button to erase this anxiety and depression, what happens? They'd feel happy instantly, but lose the drive to improve their situation. They wouldn't look for a new job, leaving their family in economic hardship. Their anxiety and depression were a form of responsibility and love for their family. And guilt motivated them to find work. Negative emotions often reflect a person's strengths and core values. This desire to keep these qualities is another reason people resist change. When people recognize the strengths and values in their negative emotions, resistance to change decreases. It shifts from reasons to stay unchanged to reasons to love yourself. This mindset shift, developed by Dr. David Burns, reduces resistance through cognitive therapy, proposing a magic dial instead of a button. It adjusts the intensity of negative emotions while preserving strengths and values, guiding you productively. After tuning emotions with the dial, the next step is breaking cognitive distortions. If someone says the world will end in a year, we wouldn't feel despair because we don't believe it. To suffer emotionally, a negative thought must exist, and we must believe it. These negative thoughts always contain cognitive distortions that obscure reality. If someone gets a bad test score and thinks, "I'm a loser, I'll never achieve anything," they're using several distortions. All or nothing thinking, only failure or success exists. Overgeneralization: one failure defines them. Mental filtering: ignoring successes and focusing on one failure. Jumping to conclusions: assuming eternal failure without evidence. To overcome negative emotions, identify these distorted thoughts and replace them with fact-based positive ones. The key is not to change events or emotions, as events can't be altered, and emotions are 100% true. Positive thoughts must be 100% believable facts, not half-truths or rationalizations. For example, you can't always divide everything into success or failure. No single event defines you. You've failed sometimes, but you've also succeeded often. There's no evidence one event will last forever. So, I'm a loser, I'll never achieve anything, becomes I've generally done well. One mistake doesn't determine my whole self or future. By replacing negative thoughts one by one, the cognitive distortions eating away at you disappear. As your perspective on the world shifts, the magic dial gains the power to reduce negative emotions. This simple, intuitive process is the core of cognitive therapy. Called fractal CBT, it changes entire thinking patterns by altering key thoughts based on the idea that specific negative thoughts summarize our issues. This simple, intuitive technique is as effective as, or more than, medication. Altering brain chemistry like antidepressants. This is a scientifically proven psychological therapy. Mastering it builds self-help skills, preventing relapse effectively. Let's recap. Negative emotions reflect our strengths and values. Negative thoughts distort and mislead reality. Mind and thoughts are everything. So, would you press the magic button? Maybe try the magic dial and fractal CBT first to embrace your emotions and transform your thoughts.